Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about energy and how you can begin to sense and work with it. Hi everyone, my name is Lucas, and within pagan practice we hear a lot of talk about energy. Whether that be sensing it, manipulating it, or using it in spellwork and ritual. But what does that mean? Well, most pagans and witches believe that everything around us has an energetic field, including ourselves. At any given time, our energetic field is both inside our body as well as emanating slightly from it. Just sort of hanging out around our body, swirling around and interacting with things. This goes the same for plants, animals, and objects as well. Now, some people perceive it to be, and I'm going to out myself as a huge nerd here, kind of like a force field from Star Trek, or a bit like an aura of light that just kind of floats a few inches above our skin. Now, this vibration or energy can, with a little time and practice, be manipulated and worked with for magical workings. Now, I find if you're going to try to start working with energy, the easiest one to start with is your own. Now, when I first started out, what worked best for me was to place my hands kind of close to each other and just kind of keep them there for a moment without the two touching. And what I would do is I would bring my attention to that area and focus on it. And then I would see what I feel. So if you're doing this as well, you might feel a slight sensation of tingling or like light pressure or temperature change. If you're having a hard time feeling anything at all, one tip that I can give you is that you can vigorously kind of rub your hands together and then place them back there, as that can kind of help to get the ball rolling. But just focus on it and keep your hands there, and eventually you will start to feel something. And that sensation that you're feeling is your own energy. Now, if you'd like, you can have some fun and begin experimenting with feeling out this energy. Does it feel stronger or slightly different in different areas of your body? How far away from your body do you begin to sense it? Just, like I said, experiment and have fun with it and see what happens. Now, the more that you do this, the better that you'll get. So keep practicing. But if you've felt that energy, congrats, you can now energy sense. Good for you. Once you've established the kind of sensing aspect of energy work, you can then begin to try to manipulate it and move it around. So what you can do is you can feel that energy and begin to try to push it around. Now place your hands where your energy field begins and see if you can extend that out more than it normally does. You can also focus on feeling your energy and then moving it all to a specific area of your body, say, for example, your hands. Then, once there, moving it back into your body and redistributing it out. Now, like with sensing, the more you do this and the more you practice, the better that you'll get. But give it a try and see what happens. If you're interested to learn a little bit more about energy and how it interacts with the body, I have a video on energetic systems, and specifically the one I use that I will link up above and down below. And if you'd like, you can give that a watch and maybe learn a little bit more information. Once that you've kind of mastered that sensing and manipulation within yourself, you can move on to other objects as well. So pick up something that you would like to try energy sensing with. I often find that natural items are a little easier at first, so for you beginners out there, give that a try first. So choose a rock, a leaf, a stick, etc. So you begin very much like you did with yourself. So hold the item in your hands and feel for that same kind of pressure change or temperature change. And just kind of explore it and see how it might feel slightly different than your own. You might notice that it feels very different than your own, and that's not uncommon. Everything out there in the universe has its own unique energy signature. So it's always fun to interact with multiple items to see what differences you get. Once you've started to pick up on that energy, you can begin to push your energy into the object and then take it back into yourself. feel that energy intermingle with that of the object. And what you're doing right there is establishing an energetic connection. Now, when you're doing that, you might notice that there are a few things that'll start to happen. Sometimes you will get feelings, sensations, or images that just kind of start popping to mind. A perfect example is if you were working with this oak branch that I'm working with here. I guess it's more of a stick, but whatever. You may begin to feel a sense of confidence. Warm, kind of yellow-orange light begin to fill you and have a feeling of safety and protection. That's because that's the energetic essence of oak. Oak. And the more you kind of tap into it, the more complex and layered kind of like information you're going to get from it. But basically, just kind of sit there and experiment with what you pick up from it. Now, a good thing to do is, if you are doing this with multiple objects, to note down your observances and sensations that you're getting from the item in a notebook, which you can refer to back later. This is a perfect way to begin to establish your own personal correspondences for your practices. It's super awesome because sometimes what you feel coming from a specific object will be slightly different from all of those books out there with correspondences that other people have come up with. But yeah, pretty cool, right? Now, it's important to note if at any time throughout your energy sensing adventures, you begin to feel something is wrong or that you shouldn't be interacting with an object, it is always very important to stop. There might be something negative or not so nice attached to the object that you're working with, so put it down or come back to it later, and if you continue to get that same sensation, stop working with it. But other than that, congrats! You've now discovered the basics of energy work. The important part is to continue to practice, experiment, and just have fun on a regular basis. And in no time, you'll have mastered these concepts. Alright, so I hope everyone enjoyed this video. If you're looking to progress a little bit more with this pagan, don't forget to subscribe as I post magical content fairly regularly. I look forward to seeing you all very soon in another video, and as always, may your path always be an interesting one, as there's nothing worse than being bored. Have a good one, guys.